Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Deep Cuts Reactions and my name's Greg, and uh, I got I had another subscriber cancel yesterday, saying they'll never watch me again. And it was political. I had posted this little video of our new vice presidential nominee, Tim Walz, and it was so innocuous. The guy was governor of Minnesota, and so he's got like some public service announcements out there that he does with his daughter, and like I say, they are so innocuous. He's such an old dad, I mean, he was a high school social studies teacher and a football coach, took his little team to the state championship, and I mean, he was he was from a little town. I mean, he's just a regular nice guy, but nope, they don't want to hear any of that shit. So I don't know. It's so funny. My channel is not like other channels. I get political. You're not supposed to do that as a reaction channel because you might lose subscribers. Oh, well, I mean, I can't do anything else. I can't be something that I'm not. That would be total bullshit. I can't do a channel like that. I mean, I would not even be able to manage it. I mean, what you see is what you get. But it was just so funny to me, and I don't know. To me, you can't separate politics and music very well. I mean, yeah, there's all kinds of little love songs, and there's this and there's that, but for my generation, I mean, I grew up in the 60s and early 70s, and music and politics were intimately entwined. And, a lot of the things that people did were political statements. And, it's kind of like Jimi Hendrix saying, hope that soon my kind will drop and die, but I'm going to raise my freak flag, let my freak flag fly. I don't know. It's just an attitude. And so, yeah, I'm political. And this ought to be, more or less political too. This was suggested to me that I might find it entertaining, but it's this guy Willesee, who's talk show person, and he's interviewing the Skyhooks. So just from having seen them, I can see where this might be kind of interesting. So here we go.
That's the style of the Skyhooks, and we'll be back to talk with them just a moment. Lead singer, Graham Shirley Strawn. Singer, guitarist, songwriter, Greg McCainch. Singer, guitarist, Red Simons. Singer, drummer extraordinaire, Fred Strauchs. Singer, guitarist, Bob Starkey.
Good evening, Australia.
Now, I think those of you at home will understand that we have some fans of the Skyhooks in the audience. I'm getting thrown a little wrong cameras, and I'm not accustomed to these audiences. I don't understand these fans.
Melbourne, mate, that's Melbourne.
You've just got a letter today from a couple of fans. I can't believe it, will you?
We have the longest fan letter ever presented to a band in the world, I believe. It's 86 feet long, which is quite incredible. So I hope we make the Guinness Book of Records. I think we deserve it.
It's got to be a Guinness Book of Records. It's got to be something. More importantly, it's got to tell us something about your fans. Shirley, why do they do stuff like this?
I suppose it's because they like us, I suppose.
Why you?
Oh, well, I'm just part of the band,
Why the band?
Right combination, doing the right thing at the right time with the right people backing you.
Is that all?
That's enough.
And you get the reaction? Yeah.
Apart from the fact we're good.
Modest.
But it's all for the love of music.
And
If we were to talk with a group of parents about Skyhooks and a group of young fans, we could almost think we're talking about two totally different groups, couldn't we? I mean, a lot of the parents don't exactly love you.
we don't exactly hate us either.
What about the sexual thing? A lot of your fans are...
Sounds like a personal
13,
problem to me.
14. Well, let's check with the fans you've got here now. How many of you are 13 years of age?
How many of you are dishonest?
How many? 14. So we've got 13 and 14-year-olds, and you sing about things like orgasms and masturbation.
Oh, well, they probably know all about that. Yeah, see, the girl says, we're not naive.
Do you ever feel any responsibility about that? Would it bother you if you thought that you did lead youngsters astray?
Is orgasm and masturbation necessarily astray?
That,
I mean, we all do it, don't we?
Wholesome.
Yeah, come on. Go on. Tell the people in there.
All right.
Yeah, go on, do you?
so you're out to shop.
Oh, yeah.
You're out to push. Is it part of the thing that if you get parents offside, you get some kids onside?
No, that's a cheap trick.
Do you do it?
No.
If
You,
get some
you
parents-
remember, it's the parents that give them the $4 to come along to your concerts, you see. Now, they only get paid a certain amount per week. Now, you know, like the chemists, well, that's part of the bill, but, you know, the rest of the money you've got to put away for the big concerts.
If some parents came up to you and said, you know, I'm offended by the fact that you perform like this, your records are banned by responsible people, and my daughters are influenced, what would you say to them?
Well, we're doing our job right, I suppose.
Really?
Oh, look, I've got 3 sisters, you know, like,
How old?
hang on, I'm 20. No, actually, one's 21, one's 19, and one's 18. Now, you know, like,
If you had a 13-year-old sister, would you want to protect her a little bit or just expose her to whatever?
Throw her out to the wolves.
What would you do, really?
No, I don't, like, it's up to, like, we've sat down, we talk personal things out at it, you know, we can talk openly at home, and like, for what you're doing on a record, it's no different. It's going on around them. It's just it's being brought out to the open, and people are afraid of it. You know, it's crazy. So, people like that.
I don't see a lot of the older people in their audience applauding that.
Oh, they're the straights.
What do the banned records mean? More success?
He wrote it.
Okay, is the writer, Greg? What does a banned record mean to you?
I mean, it means it doesn't get played on the radio.
What else? It's good publicity for you, isn't it, in many respects?
But some of those bands are ridiculous. Like they're words like dope, you know, which means a silly person, you know. It's stupid, you know. Yeah, there's a couple of like there's one there that in Bourne calling they were going to ban it because in one line it's something about she'll turn the screw. In other words, the thumbs on you when you get married. This particular song. And they thought because screw was mentioned that it was something. It's a fact, you know. That's what it's like. Not all.
It means you have to buy the record to hear the song.
That was the answer I was seeking, I must confess. It's a plus, isn't it? You have a few records banned and you put an LP and 5 tracks are banned. That's good, isn't it? Commercially.
Sure.
Commercials. But no, when we made that first album, it was our first album, we chose the tracks that we wanted to put
It's
down
only
the
good
record.
if people know about you. I mean, there's probably lots of other people who have records banned too, and they don't sell 200,000 copies.
Renee Gay's just had a latest single band.
Success is outstanding. But does it ever worry you? Do you ever feel any moral responsibility to watch anything that you do, or do you think that it's nothing to do with you?
People come along and they take what they like, that's all. We do what we like.
No responsibility, even though you've got fans 12, 13 years of age.
Well, they expect it from us.
We do what we like.
Does that make it right?
Well, we were doing it in the beginning.
We're not here to make moral judgments, Michael. Not really, no.
So it's just sing what you want, do what you want.
Yeah.
We're doing our own thing. That's where we got to. We've been doing our own thing. Everyone likes us doing our own thing, so we'll keep on doing it, I suppose. You're doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Everyone likes you.
Do you feel a moral responsibility for having us on your program?
Hang on a minute, you're not allowed to do that.
Do I feel a moral responsibility having in the program?
Having a live interview here with us, and we can say anything virtually. So you must feel some responsibility if you're asking us
In a
questions
sense,
about.
you're promoting what
Do I really? I wonder. Let's take the presumption that maybe what you do could influence young people poorly on the moral side, and we raise some of the questions.
What's the
Well, wait a minute, you asked me a question. So we raise the presumption that maybe there could be something wrong about it, and an interview like this questions that. Should I feel responsible for that?
But I'd like. I really don't think people take us that seriously. We're a fun band.
I wonder how much fun it is, though. You have, I know in one of your numbers on stage you have a phallic mushroom which explodes.
Well, that's the label, you know, we're on the mushroom.
Mushroom label. That's
Mushroom label, that's our label that we're with. Admittedly, it does look similar to what you might...
But that's
It's
beauty is in the eye of the...
It's got to put the thought orgasm to, that's the purpose, isn't it?
Well, just because it sits out in the middle of the floor and goes...
I mean, let's face it, orgasms, I mean, that's the reason we're all here.
That's right.
I think it's a bit cynical.
Oh, of course it's a bit cynical. That's fun. We're not that serious, you know.
You want to get that one now. We're not serious.
I give in. Ladies and gentlemen, the Skyhooks.
Well, that was pretty entertaining, truly. God, that guy he was really trying to get his biases out there. It was hilarious because he's just so intent on proving that their music is a bad influence, and they were not cooperating at all. And obviously, the audience didn't give a shit. But I mean, it reminds me of the Dylan line: "You know something is happening, but you don't know what it is." So that's kind of how I felt there. It in some strange way reminded me of shit, man. I was in high school, and I went to this weird ass high school that was real small. We had 200 students, grade 7 through 12, and most all of our teachers were full professors and all that sort of stuff. So it was a really strange environment, wonderful but strange. And so anyway, I'm sitting down in the student lounge one morning and watching the Today Show, which was a chat show here in the U.S. in the morning, and they'd have various people on it, and this and that. So anyway, they've got Timothy Leary on it, which I don't know if you all know who he was, but he was quite the proponent of LSD, and turn on, tune in, and drop out. And he was being interviewed by Joe Garagiola, who is this baseball player that went on to become a broadcaster, and he just did not understand at all. It's like, turn on with baseball. He just could not wrap his mind around the fact that this man was the way he was, and made no apologies for it. And so it's just one of those things. I don't know. I just think it's funny. I just think it's really funny, and I like people and bands that are, pushing the limits. I mean, my God, I could see from that the limits that they were pushing were nothing. I mean, it was nothing. But yeah, we used to do it a lot more than that. And yes, I listened to plenty of band music. When I was young, there was a what we called an underground radio station. It was a little FM station here in Oklahoma City, and they would play the stuff that nobody else would play, either because it was too long and didn't fit into a radio format, or God forbid they talked about drugs, sex, or rock and roll. So yeah, a lot of band music that I loved and everybody I knew loved, and I thought it was so bizarre in that interview. He was trying to get this idea that they only did it to get the songs banned and create more commercial success for them, which was, what bullshit. I mean, they obviously just did what they did, and then the dickheads banned it, and so I don't know. I don't get it. And it is still that way. I mean, here we are in 2024, and we're having this presidential election, and one side is just they would really like to ban people like that. They're hoping soon our kind will drop and die, and they just don't want to see people like that. They don't want anything weird. Everything's supposed to be like from some 1950s weird-ass fantasy that never existed. So anyway, I will quit and get off the radio, get off the YouTube here, and Anyway, hit like, subscribe, and all that, and we'll see you all in a minute. Bye-bye.